Hey everybody out there, this is Seto Kaiba, and today we're going to be talking about a topic, guys, that I've heard some other people talk about recently, and I've talked about this topic multiple times in different videos here and there, but I've never really sat down and talked about it. And after listening to somebody's Team APS's video from a couple of days ago, I guess you could say they posted up, or maybe a week or two now it's been, I got ideas. I said, you know what, I just need to make a video about this, because if you guys have been subscribed for a long time, in multiple videos I actually have talked about level monsters getting support, and I've hoped and I've prayed for many years now that level monsters would get support and Konami would shine some light down on Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 8 so I can play that busted card. And if you do not know what Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 8 does, it's a dang good card. Negate all spells that your opponent activates without no cost, nothing. Just say negate, 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 negate. Imagine Sheehan for spells on crack. That's what Horus level 8 is. And he's amazing once you can get him out. But I remember people actually used to play that in Dragon Rulers, back when Dragon Rulers were in their prime, because you would just tribute something from Horus level 6, run over it, went over our opponent's monster, bring out level 8, negate spellbooks. But back on track. So in today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about specifically what do level monsters need in a general archetype sense of level monsters. Not just Horus, not just Armed Dragon, just in general. And what do they really need? What they already have, and what is the possibility of them making new level monsters in general, or just level monster support. So let's get started on the current support that they already had that pretty much spans, I guess you could say, the end of the original Yu-Gi-Oh series into the GX era. We got Horus Black Flame Dragon level 8 and Soul of the Duelist. We got pretty much Allure Queen and things of that nature in the GX era. Armed Dragon, I think, came out in the original before the GX era, but it was shown by Chaz using Armed Dragon in GX. But that was the same thing with the Ojamas. They came out of Order of Chaos and they weren't played till Chaz played them in GX. So, yeah. But what are some cards they have? Well, you have Level Up, which is an okay card, but it's just a card that you play to get your level monsters up and going. It was a good card back in the day, and granted, I mean, I've been playing Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 8 since 2005, 2004, and I still play the deck nowadays. I actually want a profile for you guys, but that's beside the point. May do it after this video, but literally Level Up is an okay card. Pretty much it says send one level monster you have on the grave on the field and level up to the next version of it, which is perfectly fine. Some people say you can't use it on a Horus level 6, which is not true. You can use it on a Horus level 6, even though it says it can't be. It can't necessarily be. Spell cards can't touch it, but Level Up can, because it says tribute, I think it is, or target. I forget. It's been a long time since I've read that card text, but I know it does work on Horus level 6. But it's an okay card in general. But I wish they could have upgraded it for today's game. And even if it said, like, made it a quick play spell, which is really useful, because if your opponent tries to target your level monster, you could just flip it up and be like, okay, now you missed target, I'll bring out my other bigger monster. That would make it a lot more versatile for today's game, I feel like. Just simple little things like that. Level modulation is another good card that they've had, which pretty much is like Monster Reborn for level monsters. The problem I've always had with this card for the day it dropped was it's so freaking restrictive. The monster cannot get its effect when it's reborn back, and on top of that, your opponent draws 2 cards. So you lose your effect of the level monster you reborn it, and on top of that, your opponent gets to draw 2 cards. That's very bad card design. That's not good at all. Now, I could see where they made this if you're trying to go for a big push, but the problem with the card is, in today's game, that's just not a good card in general, and it's the only way you can technically bring back your big level 8 and higher monsters like Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 8, because a lot of these higher level monsters pretty much state that they can only be special summoned by one way. But level modulation goes around that, is able to get around that, because you can reborn it. And I just wish if they just had made it a simple You reborn your monster, it gets your level monster gets reborn just as normal. Heraldic Beast have this, whatever. Just a monster reborn for the level monsters in general will be just good. An upgraded version of that card. They do have Graveyard of the Fourth Dimension, which was an interesting card. It's kind of like, I guess you could say, salvage for water types. They have some other cards in general too, which are out, but they're not really that good. I never really played with them, especially because my expertise was in Horse the Black Flame Dragon level 8. I did joke around and play around with Allure Queen, which was okay. Silent Swordsman was a deck I did build back when, and I was tinkering around with it again right before the current November ban list dropped, because I really was going to profile that for you guys. But it's really hard to play now. So what I would like to see Konami do is just give it some better generic support, maybe make a new couple of level monsters that are very good. I mean, granted, the thing was with the old level monsters is that they had okay to decent effects, but once you ranked up further enough, it was pretty much like Pokemon. You know, you evolved from your horse level 4 to your horse level 6 to your horse level 8. It was literally leveling up. In that sense, if you're a new school player and you're trying to understand what level monsters are, it was a fun mechanic. And some of the boss monsters had pretty dang good effects, and even to this day, like Horse level 8 stands out as like one of the best level monsters of all time, if not the best. A Horse level 6 was a pretty dang good monster. It can't be targeted by spell cards. Not bad. Even today with pendulum effects going around, they try to activate it because it's a spell card in the pendulum zone. Can't. Horse level 6 is going to stay on the field. Protects it against Regeki, Dark Hole, whatever, Book of Moon. Very, very good card, pretty much. Not too broken, but good. Has built-in protection. And that's what I'd like to see, is maybe some built-in protection, but you don't really need that. Give level monsters maybe a Forbidden Lance-esque card. That's like a quick play, maybe. Just give them like a little bit of versatility and they'll be fine. That's all the deck needs. And that's another way Konami can make product that's not too broken to make old decks good. And I wish they would do that more often. Instead of just making new archetypes, focus on some of these older archetypes. And they do that. They do go back and give old archetype support. I have to admit they do that. And they sometimes give it very good support that makes them very good again. Perfect example right here is I'm about to profile later. Six Samurais. They were good in GX, but they gave them new support in 5Ds, made them very powerful and meta. Wasn't expecting that when I originally picked up Six Sams, but that's the way that's the way the ball rolled. And I'm not saying they need to go that extent, but just give it some decent, good support, decent cards. Maybe even make like a normal effect monster that's pretty much like a Stratos-esque card for the level monsters, saying that when this card is normal or special summon or just normal summon in general, you know, you get to search out one level monster. That's good. That's great. You already have good ways of bringing out these higher level monsters like level 6s and level 5s of the level monsters, which is you have a great card in the Monarch Storm 4th, which is what I use in combination to get my horse level 6 out on the field faster, use level modulation, use level up, go into horse level 8 maybe first turn possibly, or second turn depending upon which turn it is. So you do have indirect support for tributing the bigger ones. You just need a way to search those out. So these are just some things that I've been thinking about before I made this video about level monster support. And I know a lot of you guys are going to say, yeah, I wish older archetypes could get support. And I know it's something that a lot of us older players out there would like to see. Old level monster support. I mean, Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 8 was the first deck I really truly built for myself. Before that time, there were other decks I built for myself, but they really weren't super competitive. They were more decks that we built with me and my friends, being like Chaos, deck with, you know, BLS and whatnot, and things of that nature. Goat Control I built with my friends, in my team, I guess you could say, at locals. But that was the first deck I really built together and topped at regionals back in the day. This is back in the Stone Age of Yu-Gi-Oh! But yes, it was very good. With Royal Decrees and everything, you could lock your opponent out. And I just feel, personally, if they just tweak it, just give them a little bit of support, they could be good. Put it in a set. Just make 5 cards that are good or decent, 4 to 3 cards. It'll help out. It will go the miles. And players like me and other players out there will be able to work with it at least. But you need to upgrade it. And I think it's possible. People say, well, they won't work in today's game, they're so slow, things of that nature. No, they're not too slow. They're just, you need a quicker way of getting those monsters out in the field and protecting those big monsters and those bad boys when you get them on the field. That's the problem. But that's just from my experience of playing Horse level 8 and like level Silent Swordsman and Allure Queen way back in the day. But that's what I found like. And it's a cool aspect, and it's really cool. I was always hoping that they would make an archetype eventually based on, granted I didn't want them to get copyrighted or anything, but make something about the Super Saiyans. For some example, like you have like level 4 warrior monster that his hair is dark, and then he upgrade to level 6, and then his hair turns red, because he's going Kaioken. Then level 8 he goes golden, and then levels, you get where I'm going with this, you know, kind of like the Super Saiyan type of mode, you know, the different levels of Super Saiyan before we had Super Saiyan God. But yes, that's what I'm talking about, guys, and those are just my hopes and dreams I wish they would do. And I mean, Silent Swordsman level 8 is really badass. He looks like he's got a big huge sword like from Final Fantasy IV, which this huge, that Cloud had. That was a freaking huge sword. That's what it exactly reminded me of. And I just wish they would do more things like that in general, and I wish they just give these older archetypes support, especially level monsters, because they've done a good job as of late giving old support to older archetypes, even Exodia, that has not gotten really direct support since Exodia Necros, really, or Exodia the Guard, but really Exodia Necros, that was the only way that you could play Exodia besides regular Exodia. So I hope that they do give level monsters support in the future. And it is a possibility because Konami's giving support to older archetypes and older ideas. And I just wish they would revisit some of these older ideas, and they had like Union monsters maybe, and level monsters and things of this nature. Granted, Union monsters was not a bad concept, but that's a topic for a different day. But till next time, guys, take care, have fun dueling, good luck dueling. Tell me what you think about level monsters. Do you think level monsters should get new support? And until next time, guys, take care, have fun dueling, and go Horus, the Black Flame Dragon, level 8. I love that card still to this day. One of my favorite dragons of all time. But take care, everybody. Seto Kaba, I'm out of here, guys.